Hello, and welcome to Shedding the Bitch Radio, where you can discuss, debate, and get advice on how to discover and shed the bitches of fear, insecurity, self-doubt, and negative mindsets so you can realize your dreams and life purpose and create and accelerate the riches you want in life. Join us here live every Tuesday at noon Eastern and dialogue with us at 818-572-2910. You can also chat with us at Blog Talk Radio /SheddingTheBitch or share your stories on our website at sheddingthebitch.com. Whatever the bitch is that's holding you back from living your life to the fullest, it's not worth giving up the riches in life that you deserve. So call in now and let Bernadette Bowes know what's holding you back. 818-572-2910.
Welcome, everybody, to Shedding the Bitch Radio. I am so excited that you are here. And I want to welcome our new listeners. Thank you so much for checking us out. And check us out for the entire episode, as well as go and check out all of our other episodes that you can find on blogtalkradio.com. You can find them on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get your, you stream your podcasts. As well, you can go to our YouTube channel to check out our lovely faces on our video interviews. And you can do that at Bernadette Bowes Shed the BTV. That's our channel there, Shed the BTV. And be sure to share, like, comment, because it certainly helps other eyes and ears get onto the program and provides other individuals feedback as far as what we are bringing to you each and every week. And of course, to our returning listeners, we love you. We love you so much. And you're responsible for a lot of the new listeners that we have. Now, today's broadcast is being brought to you by North Georgia Tax Solutions. They are a full-service financial and tax services organization that services the entire country. And you can find information about them at ngtaxsolutions.com. All right. So today, I'm so excited. Today we are talking gifts, blessings, lessons in these uncertain times, and really about how to thrive in these chaotic and fearful times. So let me give you a little background about both the subject and our guest, and then we'll dive right into the conversation. So are you struggling with the chaos that the world is in right now? The virus, the economy, the uncertainty, the change. According to our guest, how do we live an empowered life in these unprecedented times with fear, uncertainty, anxiety, confusion, and anger surrounding us, as well as our loved ones? Well, she wants you to move forward. The good news is that this time that we are in is indeed a gift. An opportunity to hit the reset button. The goal is not survival. The goal is to thrive. To thrive means you must consider all options, be well informed, and pivot. Yes, change course and take inspired action. And yes, it is a scary time, but our guests will have you moving beyond it and thriving. Now, for our guests and for all of you, especially our new listeners, I like to ground you each week in a rich question. And that rich question based on the subject we're talking about will help you kind of link into the conversation. So maybe you get answers, you get tips, you get strategies, you get solutions to whatever response you have to our question. So today's rich question is, we'd like you to acknowledge, be honest, and even write down what is causing you fear, anxiety, and uncertainty right now. All right. Consider that, think about that. Even don't write it down if you're driving. But as we have this conversation, those are the things we want you to keep in mind so our guests can help you solve, your anxieties and your fears and move beyond. And like she says, thrive. So let me introduce you to our guest. Rhonda, how are you?
I'm very well, Bernadette. Thank you for this opportunity to be with you today.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Rhonda Maria Farrah, MA-DRWA, is a visionary and inspirational leader who has spent years applying the power and impact of the mind and spirit as crucial in creating personal and professional success. That life we desire rather than merely living a life of default. Rhonda's success philosophy is simple. Identify and live your deepest passion while striving for balance in all areas of your life. For over the past 25 years, Rhonda has applied her experience and education as a lifestyle empowerment coach, alchemist, author, speaker, spiritual practitioner, and licensed art of feminine presence teacher, specializing in wellness empowerment in body, mind, spirit, relationship, and society. She has consulted with clients and companies to include international centers for spiritual living and U.S. Open Wellness Team. Rhonda has written several ebooks to include The Journey, as well as an ebook of inspirations, Thought for Today, Thought for Life. Love that. And contributed to America's Star Entrepreneurs, Building a Brighter Tomorrow. Additionally, Rhonda is both humbled and honored to have participated as a contributing author to America's Leading Ladies Who Positively Impact Our World, which also features Oprah Winfrey and Melinda Gates. She is the author of her forthcoming book, From PTA to Prison, My Journey in Consciousness to Transformation. Rhonda assists individuals in utilizing their authentic power from within, actualizing their essence and desires. She has demonstrated talent for inspiring and guiding individuals in a positive direction for betterment. Oh my God, that's absolutely awesome. And I already feel kind of, I don't want to just say better, but just lighter, just
Okay.
much lighter from that conversation. So, well, there was a lot in there that I can definitely ask about, but let's go back a bit and help us understand, how did you get into this work? And what was it, that really drove you to wanting to empower and transform individuals' lives?
Yes. Okay, that's probably a combination of things. First of all, my educational background is in psychotherapy and counseling. So I was a teacher and a practitioner, had a really great successful practice. I'm from the East Coast, from Connecticut,
Ah,
and did that for a tremendous amount of time. But back even further, I was raised in a very traditional household, a New England household, pretty traditional. I had a stay-at-home mom, and I had a dad that prefer mom stay at home.
mm,
I'm the oldest of three brothers and a sister. And during that period of time, probably through the time I was in third grade, we lived in an extended family. So mom and dad, three brothers and a sister, myself, grandmother, grandfather, aunts, no uncles, and great aunts. So
wow.
from that point, I think it was a combination of the very traditional and nurturing household, primarily of women, as you can just see what I said, um, and the sense of being the oldest gave me a desire, whether I knew it then or not. That subconscious mind is always talking to us.
Yes.
Want to nurture and nourish others, to want to serve, to be in service to others. So I credit that primarily with, in other words, my upbringing and the love and the not so loving times during all those chaotic moments when you're living in an extended family and when you're the oldest of three brothers and a sister,
Right.
everything that comes into play with that. And I decided at that point that the best profession for me was somewhere in sociology and counseling, in psychology, which is what I did. And I did it really well, and I enjoyed what I was doing. And given even a successful practice, I was becoming very debilitated by taking on, oh, probably for over 6 or 7 years, the issues, the challenges, the clients I had, they called them problems.
Mm.
And the from there, I was making the realization is, wait a minute, this is their responsibility, not mine. And what I wanted to do was nurture, but in a guiding way. I didn't want to hold their hand forever through life. I
Right.
wanted to give them strategies to help them help themselves.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yep.
So I chose to leave that arena of psychotherapy and direct myself into still coaching and counseling, but choosing what I call my divine right clients, and now my divine right audiences, those that wish to be as healthy, as fit, as trim in body and mind and spirit, in society and relationship as they choose to be. They choose being the operative words. And that evolved into me becoming a lifestyle empowerment, not just a lifestyle coach
Right.
or a
Right.
life coach, a
Right.
lifestyle empowerment coach, an alchemist. An alchemist is someone, I take the recipe, we take the joys as well as the sorrows, the good and the not so good. We mix them in a large bowl, okay? And that alchemy through that determines the essence of us. So it's our joys, our successes, as well as those things we call mistakes, maybe failures. Every time we fall down, for
Right.
me, every time we fail, it's so we can get up.
Right.
Take
Right.
them all and we put them in a bowl and we see how does that serve us. And much of the time, it's those challenges and those struggles, that not so good stuff. Sometimes some of it's very toxic, some of it's very unhealthy and negative, but it's the not so good stuff that also provides us with the information and the tools and the strategies and the lessons to learn to become a more empowered individual. When we're empowered, we can in turn live the life we want, the life we desire, rather than year after year settling for less. It's everyone's fault. It's my therapist's fault. It's the president's fault. It's, ooh, I don't want to touch that. Okay. It's everything in between. And oftentimes we feel like, geez, we're just a victim. I got to settle for this. Maybe something else, something better won't come along. I better
Right.
take
Right.
it. That's
Right.
living life in default mode. Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely not rebooting and
Right.
restarting when you need to.
Right.
So
So
that's how I came to do what I'm doing.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We all have origin stories, right? And
Yes.
that's a beautiful origin. I've been talking too much today. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I have a question for our listeners. Um, if you could break down for them, what does an empowered individual look like? What does that mean? Because I get that question a lot. What does empowered mean?
Okay. Well, first of all, it's not one size fits all. Empowerment is different things to different people. Sometimes people, it's like the definition of success. Okay. So what are you successful at? Right? Do you feel empowered if you're successful in the relationship area? You got a great relationship, or you got one that's maybe not so bad. Okay. That's not an empowered individual. You understand that there is plenty to go around in the world. That's living an empowered life, not living from lack or scarcity. And empowered is the biggest thing and we'll talk more about this, I'm sure, later on. But to be empowered is to be in a state of gratitude, to count what you have versus what you don't have. And there are many people now with this global thing that we've got going on here, are saying, oh my gosh, I can't do this and I don't have this, rather than let's go the other way. What can you do and what do you have?
Right.
So while
Awesome.
empowerment is different to everyone else, that gives you a ballpark of where we go, empowered and not so empowered.
Right. So, okay. So, say someone is not so empowered and they're living in that dark space and that kind of victim, state of
Yeah.
being. Um, and they're just struggling to try to figure out, how do I get out of it? What are some like simple things they could be doing to kind of all of a sudden jolt them forward, even if just a bit?
Okay. Well, let me see what's in the toolbox, because again, no, not one size fits all. Um, First of all, to understand that challenges and struggles happen all the time. You know that. I know that. Our listeners know that. It's a
Right.
part of life.
Right.
And first, I invite them to look back on, okay, I've had some challenges and struggles in my life. Have I overcome them? Am I still here? Obviously, they're listening today.
Mhm.
So understand that they're as big and bright or as debilitating as we would have them be. Those struggles, those challenges, what people call problems. All right. So also understand that life happens for us, not to us. It happens for us. Again, to count the blessings of what's happening, even maybe it's in the not so good category, as well as to say, well, maybe I could improve upon it by doing one thing or another. So life is happening so that we can understand that there is something to learn, hence lessons. And whether people agree with it or not, we call everything forward to ourselves, the good and the not so good, the joys, the sorrows, the successes, the not so successful stuff. We call it all forward. That subconscious mind is wonderful. We call it all forward. The 95% of what's up here and what's in here is our subconscious. We call it forward so we can learn those lessons and we get to decide what to do about it. So when you go ahead.
So, well, call it forward. I want to make sure. So calling it forward, you're saying that it's coming out of the subconscious to the conscious?
Yes.
So
Here's
you're calling it forward to understand it more.
Yeah. Let me put it in not so technical terms, because I'm not really a technical person anyway. However, this is the lay version of it. Look around at your world and understand that you've called that world forward because it begins right here in your heart space, begins with your emotions. Okay, if you're in a state of fear, doubt, lack, and scarcity, it's producing certain thoughts. Thinking those thoughts will produce your outside world, probably not as desirable as you'd like it to be. Okay, if you're operating from faith, from love, from gratitude, from plenty, understanding that we all are magnificent beings, literally.
Mm-hmm.
We all are magnificent beings, operate from there. See how that feels. Ooh, that feels really good. You're producing different thoughts, which produce probably a more desired life for you. So, heart space, don't shove the emotions, feel the emotions, whatever they are, and understand it's determining your thoughts. Your thoughts determine your day, and your day will determine your life, basically. You can always change where you are here, which will change where you are here.
Right.
Again, it sounds simple. It's basic. It's really simple, but do we do it?
Right. Right.
Do we do it, or do we go to that other place?
Yeah.
That darker place.
Well, do you find it's also because of the fact that I like your, we pull it forward because our subconscious, as you kept saying, kind of just, isn't it a beautiful thing, and it's working, every second of every millisecond of every, part of your life. And yet so many people don't work on like a regular basis, make it like a daily practice to work on being sure that they are being conscious, that they are pulling out and bringing forward, what they're actually feeling, thinking, about to express. They just, it's almost like they're robotic in their, everyday life. And yet what you're stressing is that to slow down and actually become very aware and conscious and present to what it is that you're thinking and acting and feeling and that kind of thing. Is that?
Absolutely. So, couple points there. Slow down and be. Oh my goodness, we have no distractions now. We can't do this, we can't do that. Everything's closed. In the state of California here, we went to stage phase 2 or whatever it's called. We slipped back into phase 1. We just came back into phase 2. So this is it's very distressful to people because they cannot be distracted like usual. They have to go within now. And that's a tough thing for people who don't have that daily, whatever you call it, that daily practice, whether it's a daily spiritual practice, it's a little meditation, it's a little sitting down, it's a little getting into nature, it's a little bit of all that is not, it's not necessary to have so many external things, to just be. Just be. Being determines where we're going, what to do, what are the next steps. And tools and strategies, let's say, I have a daily spiritual practice. Okay, begins somewhere around 5 o'clock. It's different for everyone. And I like it because it grounds me and it centers me. And I don't feel this sense of of distress and not having enough time and not having enough anything in abundance. It grounds me to who I am and where I am. And a number of things I'll share with you now. But one thing I do during that spiritual practice is I release a lot of stuff that's not serving me. Okay. I remove it from the plate, get it out of here. This is not serving me. I need to make room for what I want. Okay. And I set some intentions as well. And this is something that listeners might want to write down. My intentions are, especially today, I do a little gratitude. I write it every single day, and I do my intentions. Especially today, I want to fill in the blank. I want to feel more confident. I want to feel bold and courageous. I want to feel perfectly poised, productive, prosperous, powerful. Okay. And number 2 is, especially today, I want to be. What do you want to be? Most days I want to be all that I desire. I want to be love and kindness. I want to be joy. I want to be confidence. I want to be powerful. I want to be productive. I want to be prosperous. Okay. So especially today, I want to feel, especially today, I want to be. Again, it's different for everyone. And it's maybe different every day. Okay. Especially today, number 3, I want to receive. Fill in the blank. I don't know. I want to receive the winning lotto ticket. What do you want to receive? I want to receive a call from my daughter letting me know that across the country everything's all right. What do I want to receive? And it's so specific for everyone, but really get into it and feel these are my intentions. Especially today, I want to receive. Yeah. And finally, especially today, I want to give. Especially today, I want to give joy, love and kindness, wisdom and inspiration to others. That's my especially today of what I want to give. It comes in various shapes and sizes, depending upon what I'm doing, who I'm speaking with, if I'm being interviewed or otherwise. So that's it. Especially today, set your intentions for each and every day. You're remarkable. Do it for a week and see what happens. Do it every day and see what happens. Remarkable. Especially today, I want to feel. Especially today, I want to be. Especially today, I want to receive. And especially today, I want to give.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. And was that at 5 a.m. or 5 p.m.?
Let's see. That was about second cup of coffee. So we're looking at 6:20.
And it's going to sound like a silly question, but I'm going to ask it. Is there a right time or a better time to do that? Or is it, like you said earlier, it's, not a prescription. It's different for everybody. So, I'll let you take it from there.
It is. Yes, it is different for everybody. I'm not advocating that everyone need get up at 5 o'clock. Hey, some days I sleep in too. And some days my intentions they're just brewing. They're just brewing within me. But I do write them, even if I write it in note form or shorthand form or otherwise. But I would begin the day with 3 things that you're grateful for, and I would end the day with 3 things that you're grateful for if you do nothing else.
Right. Yeah, and I like the end of day one because it just kind of like boing when you said it. It just because I think we don't, we get to the end of the day and all we want to do is really collapse on the couch, right? Or get outside maybe, but we don't necessarily slow down enough to really say, okay, so whether the day was good or bad, I'm grateful for some, because you're even grateful, like you said, about those lessons, about those, hard times. They have more blessings, as the title of our conversation today. They have more blessings than we give them credit for, and that we really acknowledge. Now, do you think you made a comment about, it's not that hard, but but people find it to be hard. Do they find it to be hard because there's this wall of, I'm not worthy to ask for what I want. I'm not worthy to receive what I want or give or serve or be. And if so, then what work do you do with others to really help them break that wall?
Okay, a couple of things there. That's absolutely correct. Number one, they're not worthy. That's the I'm not enough. I'm not important. I'm not significant. You know, especially with women.
Mm-hmm.
Women are used to being nurturers themselves. They're not used to, oh my God, if I have to receive blessings, if I let someone take care of me, try it. You just might like it. But in order to have that, first and foremost, self-care and self-love need to happen one way or another. For years and years and years, I had a jacuzzi inside. Okay. I can count on half a hand how many in every house, how many times I got in the jacuzzi. Okay. My kid would what with her raft, okay, with the jets and everything else. She used it more than I did. Okay. That's when I was living on the East Coast. All right. So my point in this, if we don't be the forerunner with respect to taking care of ourselves, with respect to if we want love, if we want respect, if we want to be enough, then what we need to do is be all that we desired. One, certainly someone much wiser than me, his name's Gandhi, and he said that be the change that you want to be. If you want to change in your life, be that change. Well, I want love, you know, when I'm speaking to someone and coaching them on relationships. Well, what do you want out of a relationship? Well, I just want somebody not as bad as this, doesn't treat me as bad. Okay, I go, okay. And sure enough, they get it. They get someone that treats them bad, but not as much as the doormat. Okay, because they're not clear. They're
Right.
not clear and they're sending that out and they're vibrating. We call it in our industry, the transformation industry. They're vibrating at a low level. The radio station is turned, there's all static and everything. When you're in static, when you're in chaos, okay, welcome to chaos, welcome to uncertainty, welcome to fear and doubt. You are drawing to yourself more of all of that to be fearful and doubtful about, to be in static, to be in chaos. When you're vibrating high, think of something joyful to do. Take a walk, take a walk. And you said it before, daily practice. What is your daily practice? Whatever it is, say something nice about yourself in the mirror if you'd like. Many
Right.
people that I speak with, they cannot look in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you to
I used to
themselves.
be that way.
But
I'll acknowledge that I used to be that way.
you overcame it.
Yeah.
You overcame it because the more, it's just like a relationship with yourself. You're dating now yourself. The
Right.
more you look at that person and realize, wow, from the inside out, then you develop not only this fondness for this love. We do that sometimes for naught with other relationships. However, let's do it with ourselves. Let's
Yeah.
have a nice relationship with ourselves and say, hey, if I was in a relationship or if you were my best friend, looking in the mirror, this is what I'd say to you. This is what I'd provide for you. Get in the jacuzzi,
Yeah.
take a walk, and entertain, have a nice dinner, treat yourself to something nice.
Yeah.
And the other thing, it's practicing it. You went there early in this interview, and it's practicing it. Practice, 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 and
Yeah.
it just becomes like breathing.
Right.
I've been a long distance runner for over 45 years. Okay. Since I was 17.
Wow.
I don't run as quickly, but I run 7 to 8 miles 6 days a week. And I absolutely
Damn.
love it. The benefits for me are even more astounding emotionally and spiritually than they are physically.
Sure. I bet.
So this is what I mean. And here's the other thing too, with making something a practice. Making something a practice is really important, whether it's doing your intentions, being grateful for 3 things in the morning, in the evening. Sounds simple, okay? Just do it. Do it. Take that inspired action. Make that inspired divine right choice to do that and take the inspired action. And I guarantee you, you will have a life fuller than you can imagine and understand what is really important to you. So
Yep.
those are two practices with respect to getting out of the fear and doubt and more into the love and faith.
Well, and I love that because what I even love even more, that was a little caca, but what I love even more is your comments about do it for 5 days, because we can do anything for, 5 days. You
Right.
could do, it's not, some people say, oh, yeah, it's 21 days to learn, a new habit. 5 days, do it, prove to yourself that, that those shifts can be made, and that this practice is something that is feeding and serving you and
Yes.
enriching you. And then see, 5 days might turn into 5 years, and 5 years turns into the rest of your life. It's a beautiful thing. Because if I told you, Rhonda, I, 10 years ago, when I was looking in that mirror, oh, I didn't like what it was looking back at me at all. And like you said from the very beginning, it's not easy. It takes time. If we've been on this earth for any given amount of time, we've had many years to build up whatever it is we're carrying around. It's
Absolutely.
going to take time to, let it all go. Right.
Absolutely. And those 5 days, let's just say it's 5 days. There's a feeling that will come over you. You mentioned it, the lightness. Okay. That's what's called vibrating on a higher level. You're a little happier. Okay, when you're a little happier, you attract more happy things. And the snowball becomes a wonderful snowball, not a disaster waiting to happen.
Right.
And we're so good at having a daily practice of, oh, this is so wrong. Oh my God, it's Monday. I have to go to work. Well, a lot of people don't have to go to work anymore. They can work at home, or unfortunately, they don't have jobs. But this is what you're talking about. How long did it take us to get to where we are? This is the state of the world. How long did it take? We're in a major timeout right now. And that timeout, time for reflection. Have you ever put a child in timeout or been in timeout? It's time to reflect. Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're going to reflect now. And we come out better for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because likely we don't do the foolish things that put us in a timeout. And this is a major thing with what's going on in the world. It's very sad, yet it is a gift and a blessing. Mm-hmm. If we choose to have it be that gift and blessing.
Right. And what do you think? And we in the Shedding the Bitch community, we don't use the words P and C. Right. You can figure them out. But what gifts and blessings beyond that opportunity to reflect should people be looking out for, because they're out there?
They're definitely out there. For some, it's, the way their life has been going, and they didn't really like the way their life has been going. And now their life is on pause, whether they like it or not. Now they have the opportunity to literally reboot, press the reset button, and see what happens. Because right now is a big opportunity for us. It's a time for relationships to get stronger, or maybe not. Okay. And that can be a gift in and of itself. It's a time for us to bond more within family. What is this today? It's everybody's on an iPhone or otherwise, even at a meal. Come on, let's sit down. If you have a couple of children, maybe just your partner or your husband, your wife, whomever, it's a time to sit and communicate. The sad part about it is we haven't been doing that all along. So it's going to be another practice we have to get into, if we choose to get into it. Right. Practice. But those gifts and blessings, realizing them, will lift our spirit, will attend to what I call the agenda of our soul. Okay. Oh, nice. Much more than physically or otherwise. It's attending to our heart space, the agenda of our soul. When we attend to the agenda of our soul, we understand that we are magnificent little beings. I call it my godling self, not my earthling self. Okay, today I'm going to be my godling self as well as my earthling self. And I'm going to realize my magnificence. I'm going to realize that I have authentic power within me. And that's incidentally what I am dedicated to, awakening hearts, minds, and especially soul, spirit, to our authentic power from within that will help us live the life that we want.
Nice.
And sure, struggle, challenge, all of that crap, excuse me, comes into play. But we can learn from that. We can take take from it and understand what's going on.
Yep.
So a personal example for me, this is very difficult, was in the beginning, speaking on camera than rather to a direct audience or clients. It's, you know what? I kind of like it now. Okay, I'm learning this digital stuff, and otherwise I'm getting used to where my eyes go, where they don't go. I got still a ways to go. But the point is, I got out of my comfort zone. I had to.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what this time is asking us to do. Get out of your comfort zone. Yes, it's scary. It's more scary for some people to get out of their comfort zone than to face the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Change is scary. Change is scary. There is no new normal. There is no normal. It's as it is, as it is. Again, not one size fits all. Understand who you are in this time. It won't be forever, but I got news for everyone. It'll be here for a while.
Right. Well, and yes, it'll be here for a while, but you know what I think many are going to get hit with is we will have gone to a new whatever, a different, you know, a present at that time. And and people are going to look back, and there's going to be a huge amount of people, you know, I'm sad to say, that are going to say, damn, that was like the perfect, you know, stall, you know, that was the perfect slowdown that I needed in order to X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
And yet so many like yourself have been advocating all along, use this time, like you said, to reflect and to look back and to see what it is that you want and who you are and who you want to be, blah, 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 blah. And I think there'll be a lot of people that are just going to be like, oh, what did I do with all those weeks and months that, you know, I could have been still and I could have been figuring this out.
Yeah, I missed the boat. I missed the boat, at least for this lifetime. But here's the other thing. If we don't follow through on our lessons, whatever they are, doesn't have to be in pandemic time. If things keep coming to us, the same relationships, the same jobs, the same positions, the same lack of camaraderie with family, with friends, if that keeps coming to us, hey, it's a message. Okay.
Right.
It's a message. What can I learn from this? And what do I want to do about this? But it does come back. When my daughter was small, and I'm very proud of my daughter, she's a business owner in Connecticut and is extremely successful. What I would say is, darling, don't worry if you don't take these opportunities. Okay. The door is open, the window is raised, the threshold is there for you to walk over. I don't want you to worry if you do. This is an opportunity for you, but if you don't want to do it, okay, it's okay. And she'd look at me, and she'd look at me differently when she was 8, and then she was, 13. Okay, she'd look at me like the sense of relief, and I'd say, "Don't worry, honey. Because if you don't take these opportunities, someone else will."
Absolutely.
And this is what we're right here, right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Amen to that. Amen. 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 All right. So I can't believe how fast the time goes. You have, and I love guests that do this, but you have a gift, actually maybe a couple, that you wanted to offer up to our listening and watching audience. Can you share with us what it is?
Yes, the one that I believe we have the link for right here, and the rest it can be available in other ways to our listeners. Okay, but the one is a free 30 minutes with me, a complimentary discovery session.
Nice.
Bring it. Let's bring it. You've got some questions. You want some answers. I got a toolbox. I got some strategies. Again, not one size fits all.
Yeah.
But take 30 minutes with me, free of charge. It ends up being more than 30 minutes. And I just love providing that to bless others.
Awesome.
It's my blessing. So please take me up on that.
Please take her up on that, people. Don't just sit there kind of stewing of how you're going to, get through whatever it is that you're getting through. She is here. She's a resource. She's an expert. She's a giver and she's a server. So please, please. Now, I do have the link. She calls it her discovery session. So you can go to helpmerhondanow.com / schedule your complimentary session. So helpmerhondanow.com, excuse me, / schedule your complimentary sessions. But I'll also post it both from the radio broadcast and on the video broadcast. We'll also make sure that the link is there. And we're going to post, because she has a couple other gifts for you. And you can share, if you would, Rhonda, what those other things are. And then I'll make sure that the URLs are provided with the broadcasts.
Okay. One of the free gifts is a copy of one of my ebooks, The Journey.
Nice.
Okay. And you can do that, subscribe to that, and you will get a free copy. It's a digital copy. It'll come immediately to you by hitting that link. Awesome. And the other thing I have is even a greater type of discovery session. And you'll have to watch the movie clip that you have there. That's just the link. Hit the link, because that may poise you to even come up with some other things that you want to bring to a discovery session with me.
Awesome. Fabulous. We might even insert it within your video broadcast.
Sure.
Yeah, that might work. All right. Well, okay. So in a minute or so, what one last big tip would you provide our listeners based on everything that we've talked about today?
Okay. Big tip. Big tip one is always be in gratitude. Okay. Regardless of what's happening, whether it's a pandemic or something else that you may be going through, a challenge or a struggle, there is always something to be thankful for. Realize that and practice that.
Yeah.
And especially during these times, when I say gift blessing, there are three things to be aware of. This is a time to get clear, meaning get specific about what you want in life. Maybe not everything you want, but get specific on at least one thing that you want in life. Number two, gain perspective. Get perspective. Go within. That whatever that something is that you are clear that you want. Okay, what is your perspective on it? Do you find that, oh my gosh, I'll never have it? Well, I'm inviting you not to think that way. Once you get clear on what you want, get perspective that you can have it. You can have it if you allow it to come to you. And finally, get support. Get clear, get perspective, and get support, whether it's through me or someone or something else. Get support to get what you want in life.
Love it. Well, because what I'll often say, Rhonda, is we only have this one life to live, and it goes really, really, really fast.
Yes, it does.
So the question is, how do you want to live it? How do you want to live it? Awesome. This has been fabulous, Rhonda. Thank you so much for being part of the Shedding the Bitch community and our show. I absolutely love it. So everyone, please check out her website as well and follow her. And I have all that with me somewhere, but go to helpmerhondanow.com. I always want to sing, help me Rhonda, help me Rhonda. So you can't forget it. helpmerhondanow.com and check her out. You can also follow her on Facebook at Rhonda.Farrah on Facebook. And then on Twitter, it's Help Me Rhonda Now. And of course, LinkedIn, look for Rhonda Farrah, and you'll find her LinkedIn profile. Just do yourself a favor. Get one of those discovery sessions. Spend 30 minutes with her. Forget about spending 30 minutes with her. Invest in you and what it is you want in this life, and spend time with someone who is there ready with open arms to help you achieve it. All right. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, everyone, for being part of today's episode. And we will be back next Tuesday at noon Eastern time with another episode of Shedding the Bitch Radio. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to Shedding the Bitch Radio with Bernadette Bose. Join Bernadette every Tuesday at noon Eastern as she helps you shift your bitches to riches. And the dialogue is always going on at sheddingthebitch.com. See you next week.